planet full of places that quietly hold centuries of history, sites that have survived wars, disasters, and the passage of time, and that today remain essential for understanding who we are as humanity. UNESCO protects them because they represent irreplaceable cultures, knowledge, and landscapes. They are not just tourist destinations. They are living spaces that we can walk through, observe, and feel. And before we begin this journey through 15 World Heritage sites, tell us which country you're watching from. Now, let's begin. Number 15. Ouro Preto, Brazil. In the heart of the state of Minas Gerais stands Ouro Preto, a city that preserves with remarkable fidelity the spirit of colonial Brazil. Founded in a mountainous territory, its development was closely tied to the discovery of gold deposits that, during the 18th century, transformed this enclave into one of the most influential economic centers of the Portuguese Empire in the Americas. Walking through Ouro Preto means surrendering to a network of cobblestone streets that rise and fall across hills, linking plazas, viewpoints, and historic neighborhoods. Homes with light-colored facades, carved wooden balconies, and warm-toned rooftops create a visual continuity that invites slow exploration. Each route offers a new perspective on the urban landscape and the surrounding mountains. Churches set the rhythm of the journey. The Church of St. Francis of Assisi stands out, where the work of Aleijadinho reaches a refined artistic expression, integrating sculpture, architecture, and religious symbolism. These temples reflect not only deeply rooted faith, but also the high technical and aesthetic standards of the era. Beyond its artistic value, Ouro Preto was a stage for ideas that helped shape the future of the country. Today, the city presents itself as a space for conscious exploration, where the past dialogues with the present, and every visit becomes a complete cultural experience. An ideal starting point for understanding the historical richness of Latin America. Number 14. Usculi, Georgia. From South America, the journey takes us to the Caucasus, a region where mountains define not only the landscape, but also the way of life. There lies Usculi, one of the highest permanently inhabited villages in Europe, set more than 2,000 meters above sea level. Its extreme location has been key to preserving its character over time. The village is made up of stone houses and defensive towers known as koshki, built between the 9th and 13th centuries. These vertical structures, scattered among the homes, create an unmistakable architectural profile that speaks directly with the alpine environment. More than simple buildings, they represent a way of organizing community life in a demanding territory. Isolation has been another major protagonist of Usculi. For much of the year, access becomes difficult and contact with other regions is reduced to a minimum. That distance allowed the language, customs, and traditions of Svaneti to be preserved with rare continuity in Europe. Dominating the horizon is Mount Skara, whose constant presence reinforces the sense of balance between nature and human settlement. Exploring Usculi is not about observing a relic of the past, but about experiencing a way of life that continues to adapt to the landscape with respect and coherence. Number 13. Bagan, Myanmar. In central Myanmar stretches a wide open plain, where Bagan displays one of the most striking cultural ensembles in Asia. Between the 10th and 13th centuries, this territory was the heart of the ancient kingdom of Pagan, a period during which thousands of temples, pagodas, and stupas were built, still shaping the landscape today. Although time has reduced the number of preserved structures, the existing complex remains immense. From any point, the view drifts across brick silhouettes rising gently from the ground. Each structure reflects a different stage in the development of Buddhism in the region, combining ceremonial spaces, decorative reliefs, and alignments designed in relation to the sun and the environment. The experience of Bagan changes throughout the day. Light transforms shapes, colors, and distances, creating a sense of depth difficult to grasp from a single viewpoint. At sunrise, mist blankets the plain, revealing the true scale of the place, where architecture and landscape merge without one imposing on the other. Bagan conveys the idea of a human footprint carefully integrated into the land. Exploring it invites reflection on how beliefs, knowledge, and environmental observation can shape a cultural landscape of universal significance. Number 12. Tikal, Guatemala. In the green heart of the Petén, Tikal appears as an ancient city that the jungle kept silent for centuries. Today, walking its marked trails, one feels that every tree protects a story written in stone. Broad plazas, carved stelae, and temples rising above the canopy like beacons from another time. The experience transforms at dawn, when light begins to reveal stepped silhouettes through the mist and birdsong sets the rhythm of the walk. From authorized viewpoints and, when permitted by authorities, from the highest accessible points, the view is unforgettable. An ocean of green crowns from which pyramids emerge like islands. Beyond its beauty, Tikal was a center of organization, sky observation, and ceremonial life, with alignments designed to follow the sun and seasonal cycles. Visiting with accredited guides and respecting restricted areas turns the exploration into a safe, deep, and revealing journey. And with that feeling of being inside a hidden world, the path now leads us to the southern end of the continent. Number 11. Los Glaciares National Park, Argentina. In Argentine Patagonia, Los Glaciares is a territory where the air feels cleaner and the landscape shifts with every step. Turquoise lakes, southern forests, and walls of ice reflecting light like crystal. Here, ice is not a static backdrop, but a landscape in slow, constant motion, shaped by climate and geography. Walking its official walkways and viewpoints allows for calm contemplation of the Perito Moreno Glacier, listening to water flowing beneath the surface, and observing hues ranging from white to deep blue, depending on ice density. On the horizon, the Fitzroy Massif adds a legendary silhouette for hiking enthusiasts, always within approved routes and with proper equipment. The area also offers unique opportunities to learn about Earth's natural history through interpretation centers and specialized guides. And after this lesson of ice and mountain, we leap to a valley where art lives in every street. Number 10. Bhaktapur, Nepal. A short distance from Kathmandu, Bhaktapur welcomes visitors with an authenticity that feels genuine. Red brick tones, workshop aromas, and the calm of interior courtyards create the impression of a city that preserves its artisanal pulse. Strolling through its narrow streets is like entering an open-air museum that is still alive. Potters patiently spinning wheels, carpenters carving wood with inherited precision, and plazas where temples rise like stages for an ongoing story. Durbar Square concentrates much of this magic, with pagodas, sculptures, and details that invite slow observation. Among its jewels stands Nyatapola, a five-tiered pagoda that dominates the urban landscape and conveys balance and harmony. Exploring Bhaktapur with respect, avoiding intrusion into religious areas, following local norms, and caring for the heritage turns the walk into a close and enriching experience. UNESCO protects the valley for its cultural value, and here it becomes clear why. Every corner teaches something. Number 9. Dubrovnik, Croatia. Dubrovnik faces the Adriatic with serene beauty, solid walls, polished stone streets, and a blue horizon that accompanies every step. Exploring its historic center is an invitation to slow down, because the city reveals itself best at an unhurried pace. Sea viewpoints, hidden courtyards, silent monasteries, and facades that change tone with the afternoon light. Its carefully preserved walls offer a spectacular panoramic route, best enjoyed at suitable times and with water on hand, especially in warmer months. Dubrovnik was a city of trade and culture, and that identity is felt in its architecture and in how the urban space coexists with the sea. UNESCO protects it for its heritage value and the preservation of its historic ensemble, which remains an example of harmony between beauty and continuity. At the end of the walk, when looking down from above at the contrast between rooftops and ocean, a lasting image settles into memory. And with that Mediterranean scene, we move to a coast where wind sculpts impossible forms. Number 8. Etretat Cliffs, France. On the coast of Normandy, Etretat feels like an open-air gallery shaped by time. White chalk cliffs, natural arches, and rock needles rising before the sea, with almost unreal elegance. The best way to experience it is by walking marked trails, stopping at viewpoints, and letting the landscape shift with the weather. Sometimes silvery, sometimes golden, sometimes wrapped in mist. Erosion continues its slow work, making every visit different, as if the place were always in the process of becoming. It's no surprise artists like Claude Monet were drawn to this coast, because the light here seems to have a personality of its own. Below, the sound of waves accompanies contemplation. Above, the horizon opens wide and the scale of the ocean becomes clear. Etretat shows that exploration doesn't always require grand monuments. Sometimes a living coast and an attentive gaze are enough. And from these natural sculptures, we move on to a city that once bridged cultures and knowledge. Number 7. Samarkand, Uzbekistan. Samarkand is a name that sparks imagination. Ancient roots, exchanges of ideas, and architecture designed to impress without effort. Arriving at the Registan, the impact is immediate. A monumental square framed by madrasas covered in blue mosaics and geometric patterns that seem to stretch endlessly. The experience deepens up close. Every tile, inscription, and relief speaks of a sophisticated artistic tradition, created to converse with desert light and open sky. For centuries, Samarkand was a center of study and reflection, and that heritage still lingers in its atmosphere. It's not just a collection of buildings, but a setting where beauty was designed to inspire. To explore comfortably, it's best to visit during gentle hours, follow recommended routes, and respect religious and cultural spaces. UNESCO protects the city for its historical and architectural value, and visitors quickly understand that here, aesthetics were also a form of knowledge. And with eyes full of blue, we change continents to follow a thread of water shaping a perfect landscape. Number 6. Subak Rice Terraces, Indonesia. In Bali, the Subak Terrace system is not just seen, it's felt as a lesson in balance between community and nature. Since the 9th century, water has been guided through shared channels, from the mountains to cascading terraces, creating green curves like brushstrokes across hillsides. Walking narrow paths between fields, always respecting cultivation areas and following local guidance, reveals traditional engineering at work. Gates, canals, and community-managed distribution. This landscape is also tied to the philosophy of Trihita Karana, which seeks harmony between people, environment, and spirituality, making agriculture a living culture. Visitors discover that beauty here is not accidental. It's the result of centuries of care and cooperation. UNESCO protects it as an example of sustainability and cultural heritage. And exploring with authorized guides helps reveal every detail without disrupting local life. And after these terraces that flow like water, we move to a volcanic stage where Earth shows its creative energy. Number 5. Tongariro National Park, New Zealand. Tongariro offers a landscape that feels otherworldly, yet is entirely real. Craters, ancient lava fields, geothermal steam, and vividly colored lakes that change with light and minerals. It holds deep cultural importance for the Maori people and is also an invitation to explore with respect and preparation. Its best-known routes cross open, shifting terrain. The ideal experience includes checking weather conditions, wearing proper gear, and following official trails designed to protect both visitors and environment. Among its volcanoes are Nauruhoe, Tongariro, and Ruapehu, and the journey conveys scale. Mountains dominating the horizon, reddish soils, and turquoise lagoons that mirror the sky. UNESCO recognizes the union of culture and nature here, where territory is both landscape and memory. At the end of the walk, a serene sense of awe remains, as if the planet had shared a secret. And with that energy beneath our feet, we head to an ancient corner of the world where rock rises like fortresses. Number 4. Canaima, Venezuela. Canaima National Park in southeastern Venezuela is a realm of vast forms and deep silence. Flat-topped tepuis rising like giant tables above the jungle, rivers winding through lush vegetation, and skies that change mood within minutes. These ancient geological formations have created isolated ecosystems where life evolved uniquely, visible in the variety of colors and landscapes. Auyan Tepui, one of the most impressive tepuis, gives birth to Angel Falls, a 979-meter cascade that turns into mist before reaching the ground, creating a delicate, immersive scene. Exploring Canaima usually involves guided and authorized routes, by water or trail, and choosing legal operators is key for safety and respect toward local communities and the park. UNESCO protects this place for its exceptional natural value, and visitors quickly understand why. Here, Earth seems to tell its story out loud. And from these ancient mesas, we move to an amphitheater of water that feels like pure celebration. Number 3. Machu Picchu, Peru. Machu Picchu is a conversation between stone and mountain. Built in the 15th century, this citadel rises over green ridges wrapped in mist. And its most striking feature is how terraces, walls, and paths extend the natural shape of the land, rather than imposing upon it. Exploring it is a continuous discovery. A turn reveals a temple, another opens a viewpoint, and every step invites imagining daily life, spatial organization, and solar relationships. The precision of stonework amazes even modern visitors, and the ensemble conveys a serene sense of order. To enjoy it fully, it's best to book in advance, follow official circuits, respect boundaries, and choose times when light creates the best contrasts. With accredited guides, the experience gains depth, from construction techniques to environmental interpretation. UNESCO protects it as a cultural and natural treasure. And there one understands that exploration isn't just seeing, it's understanding with body and gaze. Number 2. Iguazu Falls, Argentina and Brazil. Iguazu Falls aren't just seen, they're lived. In the subtropical jungle, the sound of water announces the spectacle before it appears. More than 250 cascades unfold like a vast curtain, wrapped in mist and rainbows when the sun cooperates. The experience intensifies at Devil's Throat, a massive semicircle of water and vapor felt from walkways, always within authorized paths and respecting railings and signage. But Iguazu is also about detail. Butterflies, colorful birds, lush vegetation, and trails offering varied perspectives, from elevated viewpoints to paths nearing the water without disturbing the environment. To fully enjoy it, planning schedules, using sun protection, and choosing guided visits can enhance understanding of the park's natural richness. Number 1. Serengeti, Tanzania. The Serengeti is an open immensity where the horizon seems endless. Golden grasslands, wide skies, and solitary trees drawing perfect silhouettes at dawn. Here, exploration becomes observation. During the Great Migration, more than one. 5 million wildebeest move alongside zebras and antelopes in search of fresh grass, forming rivers of life across the plains. Experiencing it through regulated safaris with authorized guides and vehicles ensures safety while preserving ecological balance. Beyond migration, the Serengeti invites slow looking, tracks in soil, shifting light, soft grass sounds, and encounters with extraordinary wildlife living freely. UNESCO protects it because natural cycles here follow their own rhythm, and visitors learn to respect that rhythm with silence and patience. As the sun rises and the plain ignites, one understands that exploring is also about learning to be present. And with that immense calm, we close the journey in a place where mountain and history embrace. Closing. With Machu Picchu, this journey through some of the most valuable spaces protected by UNESCO comes to an end. Places where human memory and natural beauty meet without competing, and where each visit can spark curiosity, respect, and a desire to learn more. The best thing about these destinations is that they can't be exhausted in a single image. They're lived by walking, observing, listening, and allowing the landscape to teach its own rhythm. Always safely, legally, and following each site's rules. Now we want to hear from you. Which country are you watching from? Your comment helps this community grow and connect perspectives from around the world. If this journey inspired you, support us with a like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next routes we'll explore together. Thank you for joining us. The next wonder is already waiting.